Gonna draw 100 heads. And I'm gonna do it all in this one stream here. I got it queued up. Just lucky compositionally that the first one in the bunch happens to be staring right at me. So I'm using a line of action. You can choose portraits. They have figure drawing, they have hands, they have animals. You can choose what expressions you want. I chose every expression. And you can choose the duration of the pose. So I chose a minute. And how many you want to do? 100. My goal with this is to try to get better at likeness. And I think if I draw 100 people really fast, just trying to capture the likeness, that might be helpful. Or it might be completely unnecessary and useless. But we'll find out together, won't we? So, with that, let us commence. And draw along with me if you want to. It'll probably take several dozen to 100 to get warmed up. Did you get all 100 heads on the same page? There we go, yeah. I should have started with a hard pencil and then switched to a softer pencil and then to a gray marker and then gradually, move to black. A lot of likeness in this one here. Really capture the essence of that nose. Man, ears look funny from this angle, huh? Shapes. Not gonna have much time to read chat. Everyone says, that's right. That's right. This one's getting pooped on by a bird. Oh no. Oh no. In Taiwan, if you get pooped on by a bird, they say it's good luck. It's probably a good way to cope. One of the things about line of action, not always a good thing, but I think in this case it is that they have a lot of, like the models will repeat. So I'll probably draw like the same same 20 people over and over is probably gonna be really helpful for my goal of likeness. The nose too. It's really tempting to just draw generic because it's faster. And I'm going to have to really be careful not to do that. Opportunity. Opportunistic pooper. That sounds like something you could put on your CV. This one's tough. Why is this one so tough? Hey, this one again. This is another thing. They sometimes have repeating pictures, which again, I think in some contexts, like if you're doing figure drawing, sometimes it could be a little annoying. But in this case, getting another crack at it, then comparing later on might be beneficial. But again, we'll see. I've never done 100 heads this quick, so I really don't know what to expect out of this. Right before my daughter was born, a little over 3 years ago, I did the 100 heads challenge. I did it over the course of maybe a month. I think I did some of it on stream. Some of you guys might remember. Yeah, bros, we're tough. You're probably talking about this one here, right? That one that was inexplicably tricky. See. Oh. Hey James, how's it going? Thank you. Yes, I'm already way ahead on this challenge. I'm many ahead. James, have you ever done the 100 heads challenge? I think it was a thing a few years ago on social media, right? Maybe like 10 years ago at this point. Whoa. Got away from me. Let's see. Pause that for a second. I want to do a little strategery before I continue on. Looking at these, I got to think about. I feel like I started out at the gate pretty calm, and then I felt the pressure of the timer. I think with the getting the likeness, it's gonna be a matter of quickly getting in the ratio of, I guess the nose to the eyes is probably the main thing. I'm thinking the like the width of the chin here is probably a quick thing I can put in. I'm trying to think like what are the simplest things. I think Steve Houston says simple yet characteristic. What are the simplest yet most characteristic things I can focus on? Try to get in the likeness. There's that like that kind of Z thing that has the length here, here, and here. That chin. I think just getting that little bit of that hair in is probably going to be important too. Only 88 more to go. This is going to be a piece of cake. Let us proceed. Oh, there's still 7 seconds left on that last one. I had all the time in the world to warm up. Oh. Lines in my screen. There. I really squandered that 8 seconds. Big. I think this model is particularly difficult to draw. Maybe that's wasn't the I thought maybe because it was a straight on angle, that last one, this person, but have more difficult structure maybe. Well, good. I'll have plenty of opportunities to figure it out. So the reason for this, like I said, that my goal for this past year, since January, has been finally be able to like pull off likeness. Still not going well. The year is moving along, and it's always been the most difficult thing for me to do. See here, the heck is this? What is even this one? Oh, so I'm hoping that there's something that I can gather from attempting really quick. These drawings have to be pithy. If you'll allow my classy word there. No, it's a classy day in chat, so maybe today's the wrong day for that vocabulary, but these must be pithy drawings. Hopefully there's something to be gleaned. It's only 6 seconds. Yeah, what did I do? I know, Ursa. What did I do? It wasn't me. It was the muses. Everything that goes wrong today, we can blame on the muses. gonna make the vase with these two. Is it a vase or is it two faces? Ooh, maybe next stream I'll draw 100 vases in 100 minutes. Oh, sorry. 100 vases. 100 minutes. 100 vases in 100 moments. Yeah, that's better. Oh. Tricky expression. It's a real tricky expression. Boy. This guy's realized what I'm doing. He's on to me. Hello, Emma. How are you doing today? Welcome. Hope you had a pleasant weekend. I think I need to reduce my lines. Getting too many lines in some of these. See if I can be a little more clean. All right. We got 76 more to go. Almost a quarter of the way done. Piece of cake. The top left. This one here. What a catastrophe these two ended up as. All right, time to do a little bit of assessing before moving on. I think fewer lines is the way to go. I felt pretty good about these two actually. As far as likeness goes, I think these two may be the closest that I've gotten. Let's take a peek. This one, maybe it's just the expression I got, but I feel like this looks more like him than the others do of the other ones. And I think this one, it's approaching. None of my, what is it, Pinecone? My typical, if I try real hard and do real good, my typical likeness is about 75% of the actual. I've flown close to the likeness sun and gotten 80% before, but never more than that. So that's the range I'm working in. But I'm trying to you know, scooch up into the 80%. But I think fewer lines. Usually what I do is I tend to just start scribbling if things get hectic. So I think this one, that guy there and that guy there, I think came out okay. And this is an absolute spitting image of the, what is it, the digastric plane. Your hand would have cramped up by now. Gotta use the overhand. Doesn't cramp like this. My shoulder might cramp. Fewer lines, fewer lines. That's what I had for breakfast. No, my goal. Nose. Oh man, we're getting a raid. You're gonna have to hold off Pinecone on be on the edge of your seat. Welcome in, Raiders. Man, the pressure's really on now. How's it going, Raiders? Give me a second here. No. Oh no. Lots of repetition. I'm glad that's what you said, because that's the order of the day today. Simplification. Ursa, you guys are lucky that I don't draw you. I feel like I've got the wrong emotion going on here already. That one got out of hand. Gotta get collected again. You're only the second most sassy person. That's right. Where the heck is the Queen of Sass anyway? Thank you for interrupting me. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be interrupted. To mention once again, I'm using the website Line of Action for these references. In case anybody's interested. And if anybody wants to draw along, I encourage you to and post your drawings in the Discord. Like this one. So Line of Action, they have all the they have options for emotions you can. So I'm assuming that a lot of these were taken. The photographer said, "Show me whatever emotion this is. Show me complete delight." I feel like Princess PJs would do a really good job with the shape of this mouth, based on what I have just witnessed. Did I threaten Ursa by saying I draw? Yes, that's right. I don't know about sweet and innocent, but yeah. That's what use mods. That's gonna be your holiday bonus. A hastily rendered portrait. I'm gonna draw all my mods in 1 minute, and that's not each. That's collectively. Flip! Oh no! We can't do a flip. I'll do the flip when I'm done with this page. How about that? Hi, Diatoms. How you doing? Still a bonus. Thank you for serving. Yeah, a lot of these are models from the figure drawing, so I think that's probably why there's implied nudity. Because this website is mostly for figure drawing. Or I guess that's the. I mean, it's called Line of Action, isn't it? Kind of implies figure. This dude. I wonder what he's chatting about. Got a lot to say. I think of all the ones, of all the models, this is the toughest one for me to get the likeness of, I think. I think everybody else, I at least maybe approach something that somewhat resembles them. But this one, there's something about it. Something about the photos, the structure or something that I haven't quite figured out. Like there's an ad coming up in a couple minutes, so I'll draw this one, do a little assessing, then do that ad break. Catch up on chat too. See what these look like flipped. This is a good, this will be a good way to assess as well. Maybe. Somehow mouths are giving me trouble today. I think especially on the mouths, I gotta simplify. I think these ones worked out. But some of these, pretty ridiculous. Get this timer going back again. And so my friend Scouse Dave from Liverpool, he was recently visiting his family back in the old country. And I told him I never had crumpets before. So he said he'd bring me some. Not only did he bring me some, but he also made some. So I had store-bought crumpets and I had homemade crumpets. Him and his partner came over on the weekend, and we had tea and crumpets, and it was GD fancy. And I'm trying to figure out how I can become insufferable about it to everybody in real life, not to you fine people. That one again, that's troublesome. Oops, well that went quick. And And it was on my list of things to do. I always wanted to have tea and crumpets. Proper tea and crumpets. So I feel like I really achieved something this weekend. And there was leftovers, so that's what I had for breakfast. He was also from the UK. Well, it was from Ceylon, Sri Lanka. Crazy Madoka crumpet. Gotta have lashings of butter and jam. Yeah, I don't eat butter, and we didn't have jam, so it had to be that way. But it was delightful. Just demand that people stop at 3 p.m. every day for crumpets. I should. From now on. That's gonna be my new thing. Go down to the downstairs to the other studios and make everybody stop. But you're working. Get in the mouth. Trouble. I mean, trouble all around. Some days it's just like that. Imagine I'll find a way to be insufferable with that for it. Says the person who watches my stream. Oh man. We should have the confidence to draw with ink. Drawing with ink is great. It seems scary at first, but if you just start doing it, it quickly becomes, I don't know, it's nice. You stop like stressing over your marks. Put things down and let them be what they are. And apologies to chat if I miss anything. Try my best to keep up. But no. I've got this timer. But yeah, Suze, I think you should just draw with ink. See what happens. Uh-oh. One thing I like to do when I'm doing like figure drawing or time drawings like this, if I'm drawing with ink, I have I keep my old pens that are kind of dried out, and I put a little tape around them so I know which ones are which. And I draw with the kind of dried out ones sometimes, because you can like build up slowly. You don't get such dark lines right away. I don't know why today. I think I was just feeling like really going for it. not being tentative, but it is fun to kind of dried out pen drawing. You can build up your values a little bit more. Guy's still on the phone. Let's see. I mess up, won't be able to erase, especially the faces. That's why you just do them quickly. Like if you mess up, it doesn't matter because then less than a minute later the next face comes up. So there's no messing up because you just do it and move on to the next one. This ridiculous open mouths. Those are the ones. The open mouths, the teeth. Doing those quickly can lead to just madness. I feel like I'm getting away from my goal of simplification too. Gotta keep reminding myself. Use fewer lines. Heh. Gonna step away for a bit. All of my blabbing finally got to you, Ursa. Jealous of my crumpets. I can never leave enough space on the far side of the cheek. My initial lay-in, I always leave this bit here close. I wonder how many times I've drawn the exact same one. Hard to tell. I know I've drawn the same models over and over, but I wonder how many times the exact same photo has repeated. It's a thing about their randomizer. I guess I was gonna say it's not truly random, but I guess it is truly random, because if it were truly random, it would. I mean, as random as a thing can be, without being quantum or something like that. But If it wasn't, if it was actually random, you would have the same photo repeating as often as you would have not the same photos repeating. Does that make any sense? That's why I didn't mute. I muted nothing. I just been focused. Doing a lot more blabbing in the first part of the show. I must have hit my maybe I've hit my flow state or something. Hitting my word count for the day. What do we got? 42 more 42 more spaces. All right. Got what? Half an hour till ad break. More than halfway now. Have I learned anything? Will I break all of my pens and stomp away to the corner? Probably not. But will any of these actually look like the person I'm drawing? Also probably not. Maybe. Tricky angle. almost just drew a emote style funny smiley face. That one almost got away from me. That was close. I had to salvage it. You've returned. Triumphant, I hope. And welcome back. I made sure not to say anything while you were gone. I'm saving it. I gotta draw a hand too? Man. If you didn't lose any limbs while feeding the cats, you'd call that a win. Good. Have you ever lost any limbs feeding the cats? Get them reattached? Or regrown like a lizard? Not yet, be a battle scars from it. I'll make sure to include those when I do the 100 Ursas in 100 minutes. 104 minutes, no pressure. I said there would be breaks for assessing and blabbing and ads. Plus, you know, my starting soon screen was on for 6 or 7 minutes. So there's that. You got to back that out. The idea, Pinecone, that each head would be drawn in 1 minute. But the stream would be longer than a 1 minute stream, than a 100-minute stream. Obviously. But you participated. You guys still chatting away. A Gabby Gus. I think these might be getting a little bit cleaner from the early ones. I was getting way too many lines going, I think. Some of these. This was a tough one. I like drawing this kind of pose because it's really difficult. Get back to it. Oh no. Happened to this one. Ah. They can't all be gold. At least a couple of them. How the heck are you supposed to know? You're just supposed to know these things. It's in your, it's one of your mod powers, I thought. I thought you just knew. Am I supposed to say stuff? Am I supposed to direct? Is he drawing heads? That's the one, Hugo. Don't keep that away. Looks like a mugshot, yeah. Yeah, I don't know about all you guys, but I always have music in my head, like constantly 24/7. It never stops. There's always music playing. Sometimes it's like really quiet, like background. Sometimes it's the forefront of my consciousness. So to me, it's really important to listen to music that doesn't make me insane, because whatever gets stuck will get stuck. Sometimes for days. It's I don't know. I think it's related to maybe hyperphantasia, music version of it. Liv thinks it's weird. There's an ad coming up in a few minutes. A few more of these. A couple more of these. The music drowns out the voice. That's right. You have a conversation and music at all times. Powerful. I try to keep the voices at bay. So Ursa, do you like curate what you listen to based on what you think might be stuck in your head for the next however long? That one really got away from me. Shape of this hair. Okay. That to define the face. All right, hold on. Pause it up. Draw a clown. Oh, this one here. Fix this. The teeth. Don't tell anybody I spent more than 2 minutes on that. I mean, more than 1 minute. Just go with... There. Now it's got to be an asterisk. 100 heads in 1 minute and 10 seconds. In 100 minutes and 10 seconds. Oh man. Good thing this ad break is coming up. I've been thinking about making the mouths simpler for the past couple of pages, and I think they're looking better than they were at the start. There were some ridiculous ones at the start, but I think finding the corners and finding the places where it's the thickest in the middle, maybe getting the undershadow of the upper lip and the lower lip. Depending on the lighting situation and the pose, but don't worry about that one. We'll just pretend that one didn't happen. 20 more to go. Let us recommence. That's right, Urza. Thank you. Finally, a nice one. My microphone is quite pristine. It's 5-year-old mic. You'd think, you know, there'd be wear and tear, but all that spittle that keeps it fresh and clean. A little too slow there. Yeah, the spoon command is a little bit different. I'm trying to do likeness actually, Kay, but that's my biggest weak point as an artist is likeness. I think at least my self-diagnosed biggest weak point is likeness. I'm just trying to draw these and make them look something like the person. So I guess it's essence I'm going for. But but I think at least my strategy going in was doing 100 of these 1 minute each. I'll begin to figure out how to make things a more characteristic, simple. I'm not sure that's really working out, but that was the plan. That I think is a good way to approach likeness, is finding out what is the most simple way of expressing that this is this person. Like how to do it in the fewest lines. Very cool. I know figure gesture drawings, but my favorite thing is faces. Seems like a fun challenge. Way to learn many faces. Yeah, I think, thank you for one, Jar Jar Blinks. And yeah, this kind of thing really makes you, I don't know, you get out of your own way a lot, I think. Just kind of, you gotta, like I said, like I was just saying, you gotta break things down fairly quickly and ideally simply. Yeah, gesture drawing of just faces is a lot of fun. Do it for hands and also for animals. This pose, it's always interesting to see how low the ears end up. With those poses looking up like that. Like the ears are way down here. Lot of face on this side. This model continues to give me trouble. Simpler ways to learn to count to 100. Ursa, 1,000 mini animals in 1,000 minutes. Would I feel the same as 100? Yes. I've thought about doing 100 hand poses, and I might do 100 hands. Is this the same picture? Did I blink? Yeah, I think 100 anything in 100 minutes would be fun. And valuable. Beneficial. This is actually line of action. I do like quick poses and I use it a lot, but quick poses doesn't have explicit permission on its website, at least nowhere that I could find, to use it on live streams or YouTube or things like that. But line of action specifically says that you're allowed to broadcast their site. So that's why I'm using line of action for this. Well, one of the reasons. But yeah, quick poses is a great one. Well. I think 100 hands might actually be more useful than 100 heads. You know, 1 minute each. Probably should do that sometime. Maybe next month. HDMZ, thank you for the follow. 1,000 mini animals, 1,000 streams. Thank you for the lurk, Kay. Hope you have a good one. Mouth again. Oh. Oh no. This is how she feels about what I just drew. Crazy how much an expressive look can slow down the analysis and execution. Yeah, exactly. Choice of priority is so it's so tricky. This like the super expressive ones, yeah, are really, they throw you for a loop. They throw me for a loop, at least. Another example. You're new to ink? What kind of pen? I'm using a Tombow Fudenosuke felt tip. It is the soft. I'll show it in just a minute, since this is either the last or the second to last. That's it. Whew. Wow. This is this here. Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. I like these because they're waterproof, so you can paint watercolor on top of them. They also come in the hard tip. So the hard tip is good for control. The soft tip is good for finesse. It's not as difficult as like a brush. This one takes a lot more to control it well, but I like the soft tip because you can get a variety of mark, and but also you can get the controlled line. Oh yeah, I did it! How about that? This last page maybe fell off. I was feeling pretty good about maybe this one. It's good to get the reps in. And like I said early on, I was flailing with some of those mouths, so I think shifting my focus a little bit onto the simplification of that really helped. I feel like eyes and noses are fairly easy to simplify. The mouth might be the most complicated part of the whole face, but let's flip through these all real quick. Final Fantasy Victory Theme, thank you. You can kind of tell how the marker started to dry out as I went along. When I started off, this was a pretty fresh marker. I think it was mostly new. An exercise I really want to do at some point is I have this book. I have it over here. It's quite a well-known book about drawing facial expressions. It has a cheat sheet in the background, in the back of the book, that has like, it tells you like when you're making this expression, you know, what do these muscles do and what do these muscles do. So I think I want to go through and do some work in that book on a future stream. I can find it in just a minute. I think it's the Artist's Guide to Drawing Facial Expressions or something, but it's a really good book. I think it's a famous, kind of widely regarded as one of the best art books on the subject. This is a good way to fill up a sketchbook quickly. I've just moved studios, and so everything is still haphazard, unorganized. This is the book. So on a future stream, I want to do some work from this book, but it goes through it. The first part tells you all about the muscles and the construction, but second. But the thing that for me is it goes through the 6 basic expressions, tells you how to make sure you're getting it right and not kind of go over into an adjacent expression. Like the difference between, I don't know, okay, the crying mouth versus the relaxed mouth, for example. Like there's a lot of subtlety that you can get. And like you can tell when somebody's fake smiling versus real smiling based on the certain muscles that don't activate when you're faking it. But in the very back of this book, my favorite part is to have all the expressions and a list here. So this is like suppressed sadness, crying with a closed mouth, crying with an open mouth. And then it tells you when you're suppressing sadness, what happens to the eyebrows, the eye, the mouth, all the different wrinkles. And down here it has what's it similar to. So yeah, no, this book is awesome. I love this book. I've made photocopies of these back pages and you know, for quicker reference. But this is definitely worth your worth your money. So, right. And with that, man, I'm hungry. Hope y'all have a good week. See you next time, and let's go say hi to Lakova. Take care, everybody.